Here we are at month 7 of life with COVID, a global pandemic, and many of us have been isolated or self-quarantined voluntarily for going on 7 months now, and I am so over it. There are a number of things that I'm so over, and one of those is the constant stories about celebrities and ball players and rappers and designers. You know, we keep hearing how hard COVID is for them. But COVID is really hard for the ordinary person. You know, quite frankly, I don't care about some rich person living in a giant house on a mountain with 20 bedrooms when I am concerned about whether or not I'm going to be able to open my business back up, whether or not unemployment is going to run out, worrying about loved ones who passed away who didn't have insurance and we're doing GoFundMes to try to bury them. Loved ones who have been killed because they were not able to get a car repair because they couldn't afford it and their car stalled on the freeway, and as a result they lost their lives. So no, I don't care about someone's kid jumping into a swimming pool and breaking their arm if they're filthy rich, because you know why? You have a luxury that is not afforded to the rest of us. I mean, how many times have we heard rich celebrity talk about, you know, I had a bad breakup, or this movie was bad, and so therefore I went away for a month and I just cried every day, or I went to counseling, or I took off work for a year. I mean, who can do that? Who has the luxury to do that? See, the difference between when my aunt passed away of COVID and someone who is a rich celebrity and their family member passed away from COVID is they can afford to mourn. We don't have that luxury. You know, when my loved one passed away, the folks that were around that loved one had to go to a drive-through funeral and go to work the next day. That's the difference. The difference is that you are not us. And this is why I wish that the media would go back to being the eyes and the ears of the people. We don't need you to tell us what we need to think. We don't need you to point out the obvious. Just simply show us what's happening. Show us both sides, 3 sides, 5 sides, and then let us make up our minds about it. You know, a lot of these people that we have that we're calling journalists, they are really just commentators. They are pundits. They are simply up giving you their opinion. And I don't need anybody else's opinion. I'm able to make my own opinion up about who I'm going to vote for. I can make up my own mind about whether or not I want to wear a mask. Give me the facts and I can make up my own mind. See, that's the difference. And, you know, one of the things too, I'm really tired and so over hearing rappers talk about, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. Both of those candidates are just horrible. And many of you, as you said, this is your first time voting. You weren't even registered to vote all these years for people buying millions of dollars worth of your records and you didn't even vote. Okay, that's another story. But I don't care who you are going to vote for because it does not affect the average everyday person. It doesn't affect my brother, my cousins, none of the people that live around me, because unlike you, they have to fear the police and be worried that their lives are going to be taken. You can drive down Martin Luther King Boulevard in your Lamborghini and they won't bother you, or if they pull you over, they won't take your life. Your taillight is not going to be out in your 1992 Chrysler LeBaron and you get pulled over and as a result lose your life. So you are not us. And so therefore I am so over hearing about celebrities, hearing their opinions, hearing about how they're coping with COVID. You're not coping the same way that I'm coping with COVID. You're not coping the same way that the average ordinary person is coping with COVID, because you have luxuries afforded to you because of our money, because of us buying your music, because of us going to your concerts, because of us buying your makeup line, because of us going to your movies. And what we have to look at and say is how many of them are actually giving back. And when I say give back, I'm not talking about giving to like a local community center in which the person that's over it may do whatever they want to do with that funding. I'm talking about actually giving to people to actually make a difference. You see, we talk about, well, the celebrities don't have to give us anything, but we're giving them money. When we go to their movies, we're giving them money. So it should be a give and it should be a take. So the bottom line is that I'm just so over hearing about celebrities and rich people and ball players and how this COVID is affecting them. Talk to average, ordinary people and tell us how we are going to survive. Let us share with each other how we are coping. Because quite frankly, we don't need you to tell us what to see and think. We simply need you as the media to be the eyes and the ears of the people, because we are so over it.